Grub Smith, you have been challenged. You will go to Korea. There you will be given 5 tasks. Should you fail one of these tasks, we will make you do something really horrid. The more you fail, the more unpleasant it will become.
Oh, it's got like an erect penis.
You have 5 days.
Fucking hell!
Get going.
This is Korea, and I'm standing on top of the Seoul Tower, which overlooks the capital city. Although, unfortunately, it's the monsoon season, it's very cloudy, we can't see much. But trust me, it's huge. Never mind that. What interests me is that over there are communists pointing nuclear weapons at us right now, and down there, they eat dogs. This is Claire, she's my fixer. Got my first challenge. Let's have a look. Oh.
Challenge 1. Eat the foulest food in Korea.
We headed straight for a nearby food market. We didn't need a map. We could smell it miles away.
Sorry to interrupt you, but here is a pig's head. Is that like a wall decoration, or would someone eat that?
When we open up the business in Korea, we put a banknote between their lips.
Well, good luck. Right. If it's good luck to business, I want it. There you go. Pig. There's no need to wrap it up. So I have to put a banknote in the mouth of my pig.
I had a piggy bank when I was a kid, I must admit. It was nothing like this. But this would encourage any young child to save. Ah, pig's hair.
So, armed with my lucky porker, I went off searching for the worst nosh Korea could provide.
What's that?
Pig.
Smoked pig feet. Let's see just how disgusting this is.
That doesn't taste bad at all, actually. I'm sure we can find something more disgusting than that.
My pig's head certainly seemed to be attracting a lot of attention.
Hi, how's it going, mate?
Oh,
Businessman.
he is a businessman, he's just taking the money. For your pig.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Kiss. Hello, kiss. Hey. Beautiful. You are a romantic man.
Ah, what's in here? Eels.
Photos for the pets.
They're not for eating.
It's very hard to tell the difference between a restaurant and a pet shop in Korea. It's a problem we're probably going to face later on, but those are eels. Going to make a child very happy. Beautiful, you see? You see, this is the mistake I've been making all my life. I've been going out without a pig's head. Chicks love it. Spinach. What I was saying about the pig attracting women, it may be too powerful, because even extraordinarily ugly women are now attacking me.
One dish that Korea is famous for is dog, which they eat to enhance their virility. The most popular meat comes from the St. Bernard, and Claire took me to a local dog restaurant to see how it tastes.
So we're in the Four Seasons restaurant. Four Seasons over here is a euphemism for dog. It just means it's good the whole year round. How do they prepare my hound?
So we have a problem here.
Ah, what's the problem?
They don't want to be in the film.
Koreans are getting touchy about Westerners filming in their dog restaurants, partly because it's officially illegal, but mainly because most Westerners find the idea of tucking into Fido a little upsetting.
So we're going to have to be a bit more subtle next time. I'm just going to send Claire in to the next restaurant to buy some takeaway dog, and that way we'll know how disgusting it is.
I wasn't too worried myself, as I'm more of a cat man.
And it's David Duckham to Barry John, the barbarians are going to score.
This is what your takeaway dog comes with.
Got a nice selection of vegetables there.
And here is the pedigree chum. A little bit of chilli on there. A bit of hot dog. And it tastes about how you'd expect it to taste. Something that spent a long time licking its own arse.
Eating dog wasn't much fun, but I needed a truly revolting foodstuff to complete my challenge. So we went to the local supermarket.
Have you got any insects?
Silkworm cocoons.
So this is... Oh,
The smell on these is something else.
I'm only going to eat one of these. I think that's enough.
It tastes better than it looks. No? That's my favorite.
It tastes like you're eating a woodlouse which has been kept in somebody's armpit for 3 days.
Well, that was rank, but not rank enough. Claire assured me that if we went to the seafood market, we'd find something I really couldn't stomach. I thought she was underestimating me. Sure, I wouldn't exactly relish the thought of these things sharing my bathtub, but they didn't look any more nauseating than a fish cake.
What have we got here, Claire?
I have had squid before. Why is this unusual?
It's
I
alive.
don't kill it. I eat it while it's still alive.
Yeah.
Will it not attach itself to my... I eat the head. It's attaching its... Look at that. It's not going to put me in hospital. Oh, that's its brain or something.
I'd seen how it was done. Now it was my turn.
It's got like an erect penis. This has got to be the most horrid thing you can eat. A live squid, which is putting ink all over me still. Here we go. Oh, can't get it in. It's stuck to my lips. I can't get it off. Get it off. It's stuck to my lips. It's got its tentacles on my nose. Oh, I can't eat that. I've certainly tasted it, but it is still a squid. I'll have one more go. I can't get that down. I really can't. I'd love to. Happy to admit I failed the challenge. My director is saying, go on, you've nearly finished it. The fact is, I've been chewing this for maybe 4 minutes solid. I haven't even made an inroad into the ink sac. I'm not going to swallow that anymore. Fuck you!
OK, so I'd had a pretty bad start. But once the director and I were back on speaking terms, we left Seoul and took a road that headed north, towards the communists.
Challenge 2. Play golf in a war zone.
In the 1950s, Korea had a civil war. The Chinese and the Americans got involved, and it all ended up in a stalemate along the 38th parallel. The no man's land between north and south is called the Demilitarized Zone, or the DMZ. I got permission to visit a US Army base, and it sure didn't look very demilitarized to me.
Why do these guards have to stand sort of half behind the wall and half in front of it? It seems rather odd.
Basically what they're saying, it provides cover for them. If somebody starts shooting down here, they're half exposed at the same time. They can still maintain visual contact with North Korea.
On the other side of those blue huts, North Korean snipers glowered down at us, still officially at war. We were shown into the guardhouse where the South Korean soldiers tried to look intimidating with their dark glasses and clenched fists.
There's a North Korean over there.
I wasn't brave enough to ask him for a game of golf. Mind you, the good guys didn't seem very friendly either, keeping a stern silence even when I said they could tee off first. Luckily, the Yanks were more sporting, and I met up with a captain from Louisiana.
This is my opponent, Captain Burgoyne.
We got 3 more opponents, 5 people playing.
We've got 5 people playing. Who are
Right.
the other ones?
Pleasure to meet you.
sir. Dr. Watkins, he's the scout,
Hello, Watkins.
and then Sergeant Arbizo is the team leader
Hello,
and the scout
Sergeant.
platoon.
The world's most dangerous golf course, as featured in Sports Illustrated. They're actually bringing some grenades with them.
The course we were about to play was directly next to the border, with North Korean guns and missiles pointing in our direction. A straight tee shot is essential, because there are minefields flanking the fairway.
That has gone right. Oh, God. Very slippery club, this. Any more excuses? I'm not wearing the right shoes? Oh! I'm expecting the US Army to be quite good at finding balls. Yeah. Shot. Get on. Disaster. The green is so small I've gone off the bank.
A lot of the army seem to be taking mulligans.
Mulligan, for those of you who don't know much about golf, is a free shot, given if you do an appallingly bad one. You get 1 per round, just to let you off your hangover or whatever. They've all started claiming them. I didn't need to. Some people could question the fairness of this. Not me.
It wasn't quite Ryder Cup standards, but I was trying my best. We agreed to play the best of 2 holes, so a good start was essential.
Not bad.
Get in there.
Luckily, I did pretty well, and I was certainly in the running. But at the second tee, they invoked a local rule which allowed them to use smoke bombs.
Not played golf under these conditions before.
It was off-putting, but I was still looking good, until one of them drove his ball right onto the green. And then let off a stun grenade.
Oh, fucking hell!
They obviously had far too much spare ammo, because whenever I took a shot, it was like saving Private Ryan.
Christ!
But I still had a putt to win. Oh, the agony of sports.
Sergeant Brady from San Diego, California, is today's golf champion. Captain Burgoyne came second. I was third, middle of the field. Not bad. I am afraid I've failed this challenge. I have not won.
Airborne Ranger, where have you been?
There was still time for some diplomacy, however. Taking out the driver, we all had a crack at disturbing the North Korean spies and military observers hiding in the trees.
That is in the DMZ.
As the team spend 7 nights in an abandoned military base, what dark secrets from its past will they uncover? Most Haunted Live, The Silent Town. Coming soon, exclusive to Living.
Birthday to you. Boo 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 doo.
Challenge 3. Break a plank of wood with your bare hands.
Taekwondo is the national sport of Korea. They're fanatical about it. I went along to an academy for youngsters who were soon getting through more wood than Patsy Kensit. It all looked far too athletic for a tubby smoker like me, but as I'd already failed 2 challenges and would face an even nastier forfeit if I cocked up any more, I was determined to do my best. I even shelled out for a proper costume. Not that they had one in my size.
Too fat for the belt. You are young, but you will learn.
I was soon impressing them with my awesome moves. But I didn't fancy doing that with my fingers.
I'm told by my trainer here that my whole body is an arsenal of weapons. From my forehead, my fist, my fingers, my knee, my elbow, my foot. I'm armed and dangerous. We're going to start with a piece of wood. He's told me not to be afraid. There's much worse to come. Excellent. 2, yeah. Bring it on. Bring it on, sunshine. Anyway, I've graduated with the sort of karate chops through little bits of wood like this, and now I'm taking on the big fella for my challenge. That is an inch-thick piece of timber. I may have broken my wrist, but I've certainly done the challenge. There is the wood in pieces.
At last, a victory. To celebrate, we had a few beers and enjoyed the local nightlife. But all too soon, it was time for another bizarre face-off with Korea.
Challenge 4. Sing for your supper.
If Taekwondo is the national sport, then karaoke is the national pastime of Korea. Sadly, I'm a worse singer than Posh Spice, so I went for a lesson from the country's top singing coach, Mr. Lee.
Hello, ladies. A couple of singing lessons.
Maybe he'd help me become a successful busker.
Excellent. You're going to turn me into a fantastic singer.
Who? One, back, two, shake.
To be beside the seaside, I do like to be beside the sea.
His techniques were unusual, but the class seemed to enjoy them.
Oh, from the stomach. And there's lots of girls beside. I should like to be beside the sea.
His name's Mr. Lee. That's it, Toya Wilcox meeting. It's a Mr. Lee.
I became a bit worried about being the teacher's pet, as he was rather tactile. I thought this kind of thing only happened in prison. But just when I was beginning to feel a bit queasy, he brought out the buckets. Mr. Lee maintains that buckets help you hear your own voice.
1, 2.
Unfortunately, I could hear my own all too clearly.
It's too,
So we moved on to a slightly more punk rock method of learning how to sing.
1, 2, 3.
My ears hurt. My ears hurt. I want to leave. He's frightening me now.
I can't honestly say that I learnt much from Mr. Lee, but I was still confident I'd raise enough cash to pay for my dinner, especially as I'd be singing in their language.
Yeah, roll up. Racco dongi delio numbada. Non googles in now mojoyo. Fan of music, sir? I can see you are with that walkman on. Just take it off for 1 minute. You're a live act. Home taping. It's killing music.
I need 3,000 wands.
Non googles in now mojoyo.
2,300.
She won't bother me.
I've got 2,350 Korean won. I need 650 more. That'll buy me a bowl of noodles. Fan of music, sir? Fan of music? Music? For you, sir. 900. There it is, 3,000.
Challenge succeed. They say that success tastes sweet. I've got to say that my success tastes rather salty.
Challenge 5. Find the dirtiest toilet in Seoul.
The Koreans are fascinated with turds. It's part of their national culture. They even got a turd museum. Ah, there's the bison pat. A gorilla's eggs. They say the Siberian tiger's in danger of extinction. But I've got to say, he's got a very healthy stool on him. A very good thickness, quite a good length, and very neatly snipped off.
But a museum wasn't going to help me find a filthy toilet, so I met up with a man who's a self-proclaimed toilet specialist. His name, Mr. Juju.
Ah, you think there'll be a toilet in there? We go in here? This is not a great toilet. Oh, gee, oh. Ah, it's a squat toilet. Let's have a look in here. So, how low do I squat? Is that low enough?
Yeah.
But my piss is going to go...
Let me try.
You demonstrate. Out of the water. Down like that.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to read in that position. Yeah. There's no paper, the flush doesn't work, it stinks.
But
to high heaven.
Weird advertising.
Is that graffiti? Does that say, meet me at 9 o'clock, I suck dick?
Yes. So you have to keep the door in this.
Yeah, you have to hold it in, which is very hard in a squatting position. Well, Mr. Juju, that was quite a disgusting toilet, but I can't believe there's nothing worse somewhere in Korea. I think Mr. Juju was being a bit patriotic. He didn't really show me the filthiest toilet in Korea. I've heard there's some pretty nasty ones on the underground.
Korean tube trains are very modern, and they have themed carriages, decorated in a rather surreal manner.
Very odd. This one's spaghetti, or rainfall.
Very nice, but where was the Kazi?
This train's getting stranger and stranger. Oh my God, it's parsnip compartment. I think the designer of this train took some very bad acid. Ah, this is what Mr. Juju must have been talking about. It's an enormous train compartment made out of toweling. Everything is in the shape of lavatory and bathroom fittings. Here's a lovely urinal above this young woman's head. This really is the pièce de résistance. It's an enormous lavatory, guarded, it seems, by a soldier, with 2 unflushed turds in it.
All very theatrical, but not actually very filthy. So my challenge continued.
Well, we come to this area, which is full of tiny alleyways, all of them containing restaurants, brothels and billiard parlours. And I figure one of them has got to be really insanitary.
My search began promisingly.
I am quite a short man, and even I am struggling to have a piss here without being able to put it all over my shoes. Well, it's not the filthiest, but it's certainly the smallest. There's the roof level.
The next one was small too.
This is another in a series of dwarf toilets. Got your squat toilet, very, very damp surface. You're keen to see what's underneath this manhole here. That is the cesspool. It's a big bowl of shit, basically. It's not moving anyway, it's like a swamp. The smell is... ah.
There really wasn't a lot of hygiene going on round here.
Very bad.
Next, I went to a smarter part of town to visit a bar dedicated to the Third Reich.
Hello there. Can I check your toilet for my camera?
It's decorated with SS badges and memorabilia. Look, there's Adolf, and they weren't very keen on us filming.
No? No. Okay. Hey, quickly film this toilet so I see.
I don't know why, though.
I've got to say, this is a fantastic Nazi toilet. When you piss, you're pissing on ice. It's like making a very expensive drink.
Unfortunately, we got kicked out before I could enjoy the luxury. But it wasn't long until we really struck gold.
I cannot tell you the odour in here. Oh, Jesus. Have a look at that. A picture is worth 1,000 words. This one has got to be the most disgusting toilet in Korea. I think I found it. I didn't exactly cover myself with glory, so I'm expecting a pretty horrible forfeit. As long as it isn't eating anything still alive, I don't care what it is. What is my forfeit?